Hello, friends, and welcome to this seventh session of our study on the Sermon on the Mount, or Sermon on the Mountain. Remember that Jesus has these crowds of people following him. It's just early in his public ministry, but already he's gaining attention by his preaching and teaching and the performing of healing miracles. And he sees this crowd. He gathers them on a mountain on the northwest side of the Sea of Galilee, and he sits them down with them, and he begins to preach and teach. His first sermon, called the Sermon on the Mount. And he starts off with these blessings, these Beatitudes. Hey, we are on the sixth blessing today. This one, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Matthew 5, verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Hey, so right away, I want to remind you something you already may know, that for the Hebrew people, the heart is the center of everything. We come from a Greek-Roman idea, a westernized idea that the thinking, cognition takes place in the brain, and feeling takes place in the heart, and willing, acting takes place in the body. That's a very Greek and Roman idea. The Hebrew people see none of that. In the Hebrew cosmology of the world, their philosophy, the heart is the center for everything, for thinking, for cognition, for feeling, for emotion, also for acting, for doing, for willing. This came to a fore for me when I was privileged to be teaching on one of my sabbaticals. I was teaching at the Near East School of Theology in Beirut, Lebanon, and I was teaching a class that had Arab and Jewish as well as Western students at the Near East School of Theology. I was talking to one of the Jewish students who was there at the school, and I asked her what she was thinking about. She was asking questions about an assignment I'd given to them, and she said, well, I'm thinking, and then she pointed here. I'm thinking, and she pointed to her heart, and it struck me as odd initially, but then I realized, oh, of course, Roger. You're talking to a Jewish student. For her, the heart is the place of thinking and feeling and willing and doing. So when Jesus says, blessed are the pure in heart, it means in their thinking, pure in their thinking, in their feeling, in their doing, in their acting, in their willing. Pure doesn't say perfect in heart. Jesus says, blessed are the pure. That's something that we can always strive to do and to be, is more pure. Pure, think of pure in heart as focused in heart only on God, for they will see God. Oh, wow. So it's an orientation question for you and for me. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. The Jesuit order, Roman Catholic Jesuit order, founded by Ignatius of Loyola. Ignatius of Loyola, one of the rituals, the practices, the disciplines he demanded of all of his followers, the Jesuits, the Roman Catholic priests who formed the Jesuit order under his leadership. He has a discipline called the Ignatian Examen. At the heart of the Ignatian Examen every single day, every Jesuit in the entire world has to do this. When Pope Francis was alive, every single day, Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope in the history of Roman Catholic Church, he would do this Ignatian Examen. At the heart of the examen, at the end of the day, you ask the question, where did you see God today? Where did you see God? That question forms a whole orientation for these Jesuits. It means that they know at the end of the day, they're going to ponder and reflect on where they saw God. It means then that they have to, during the next day, look for how God is active in the world. That's exactly what Jesus is talking about when he says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. When your heart, when you're acting, you're thinking, you're willing, you're feeling, you're doing is focused on God, when you anticipate that God is active in the world, your job, my job, is just to pay attention and recognize where God is active. Then you will come to see God. These lifelong Jesuits, they talk about this. They say that they are so attuned to God's activity in the world that they expect to see God, and they do. so that at the end of the day, when they do their examine, their discipline of reflecting on the day and naming where they've seen God at work in the world, it comes to them freely because they expect it, they anticipate it, and that's where the purity of heart comes. So you're going to have a conversation, just a few minutes, about where have you seen God at work in the world? And how can we better attune ourselves to God's activity, because God is always working to redeem, to bring hope, to bring healing, to bring joy. Our task is to see how God is at work and then to join God, to be a part of that. Hey, always good to be with you. We've got one more session together in our Village Connect series. I'll see you next time for that last and final session. As always, may the Lord be with you and may you see God at work everywhere. Thanks. Take care. Bye.